immerse yourself into the world of Creepy Man. He's waiting for you.
I never imagined that one day I'd hear a story so terrifying, so unbelievable that it would shake me to my core. I've been working as an anchor for years now, interviewing all kinds of people: actors, politicians, musicians, you name it. I've always prided myself on being able to stay calm and composed, no matter the guest or the topic. But nothing could have prepared me for the spine-chilling story told by the celebrity Cyrus during one of our interviews. What started as a simple question about paranormal experiences led to a harrowing tale that left me questioning everything. Cyrus had recently bought a beautiful house in the heart of London, a modern villa built on old land. She said everything seemed normal at first, but from the very first day she moved in, she started having strange, vivid dreams of ghostly figures. At first, she shrugged them off as stress or exhaustion, but what happened next would change her life forever. What you're about to hear is her story, The Haunting of Cyrus. After Cyrus moves into the house, she notices strange things even before her sister's arrival. One morning, she finds scratches on the mirror in her bedroom. The marks resemble letters, almost forming words, but they are too faint to decipher. She dismisses it as a coincidence, but every time she cleans the mirror, the scratches return, more defined than before. A few months passed, and Cyrus found herself wrapped up in her busy schedule. She was supposed to visit her sister back home, but due to the promotion of her new movie, she couldn't make the trip. Instead, her sister decided to visit her in London. The night before her sister arrives, Cyrus receives a phone call from an unknown number. When she picks up, there is static on the line, followed by a child's whisper,
"Would you like to play?"
The line goes dead. Her attempts to call back result in a message.
"The number you dialed is not a working number. Please check the number and dial again."
The moment her sister arrived at the house, she felt something was off, like a dark cloud hanging over the place. She couldn't shake the feeling of an unseen presence lurking in the corners, watching. On the second night of her stay, Cyrus's sister hears knocking from inside the closet in her room. When she opens the door, she finds an old tattered doll sitting on the top shelf. Neither of them owns a doll, and they decide to throw it out. But the next morning, the doll is back, this time sitting in the middle of the living room. The following day, as Cyrus was preparing breakfast, she heard her sister scream from the bathroom. Cyrus rushed to the door, banging it open, only to be greeted by a thick cloud of steam that billowed out. As the steam cleared, she saw her sister lying unconscious on the floor, her skin red and blistered as though she had been burned by scalding water. Cyrus rushed her sister to the hospital, where she slowly regained consciousness. Her sister explained that she had wanted to take a cold shower, but after a few moments, the tap had twisted on its own, turning the water scorching hot. Panicked, she had tried to get out, but that's when she saw it. A ghostly figure, partially visible through the steam, watching her with cold, lifeless eyes. Cyrus was confused. She had lived in the house for months and never encountered anything like that. She dismissed the sighting as her sister's overactive imagination brought on by the shock of the situation. But something deep inside her couldn't shake the eerie feeling left behind by the event. That evening, Cyrus hears tapping at her bedroom window. Her house is on the second floor and there's no tree nearby. When she cautiously pulls back the curtain, she sees a small handprint smudged on the glass. The handprint is impossibly high, as if made by someone floating outside. The next day, Cyrus found herself alone at home, still processing everything that had happened. She decided to take a relaxing bath to clear her mind. As she stood under the shower, the faint sound of a child giggling reached her ears. Startled, she brushed it off as her imagination playing tricks on her. But the feeling of being watched grew stronger with each passing second. Suddenly, she felt a soft tap on her shoulder. Her heart raced as she turned around, but there was no one there. Just as she was about to brush it off, the steam around her began to dissolve. Standing in the mist was a small child, a girl no older than 4, staring at her with a sinister smile that sent chills down her spine. Summoning all her courage, Cyrus slowly stepped toward the ghostly child. But just as she reached out, the girl turned and ran. Without thinking, Cyrus chased her through the hallway, but the girl suddenly vanished into thin air, leaving nothing but an icy chill in the air. Terrified, Cyrus knew she couldn't stay in that house any longer. Cyrus decides to leave. The entire house comes alive. Lights flicker, doors slam shut, and whispers echo through the walls. As she grabs her suitcase, the child appears one last time, blocking the doorway. The girl speaks in a chilling voice. "You can't leave. This is my home now." Cyrus musters her courage, shouts, "You're not real," and throws the doll at the ghost. The child vanishes, leaving behind only the echo of her laughter. She packed her things and left the house that very night, but the story didn't end there. Curious and shaken, I decided to dig deeper into the history of the house. What I uncovered only added more layers to the mystery. The house, as it turned out, had been built on the site of an old bakery. The bakery was run by a couple, and they had a young daughter. One day, the wife died suddenly under mysterious circumstances. Heartbroken, the husband abandoned the bakery and their business crumbled. The man also passed away not long after, leaving behind their daughter, who vanished shortly after his death. To this day, no one knows what happened to the little girl. Some say she disappeared without a trace, while others claim to have seen her wandering the streets, lost and alone. As I pieced together the story, it became clear that the spirit haunting Cyrus's house might very well be the lost child of the bakery owners. The mystery surrounding the house and its tragic past left an eerie sense of unease in my heart. To this day, Cyrus refuses to talk about the incident, and the house remains unsold, its rooms forever echoing with the whispers of a ghostly child. Though Cyrus leaves the house, its story remains unresolved. Locals report strange sounds coming from the property, and some even claim to see the little girl peeking out from the windows. The house is now abandoned, but its eerie presence looms over the neighborhood like a dark cloud. I'll never forget that interview, and every time I pass by that area of London, a cold shiver runs down my spine. Something unnatural lingers there, something that can never rest. And that, my friends, was the terrifying story that Cyrus shared with me. A story that left me questioning what's real and what lurks in the shadows. It's chilling to think that something so dark could happen to someone so famous, and yet it's a reminder that the supernatural doesn't discriminate. Whether it's an abandoned bakery or a modern villa, some places carry the weight of their past, and sometimes that past doesn't rest peacefully. If you've ever experienced something like this or heard a spine-chilling story from someone, we want to hear from you. Send your real-life scary encounters to mrcreepymanpod@gmail.com, and who knows, your story might be the next one we share with our listeners. Before you go, don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, hit that bell icon so you'll never miss an upload. Your support is what keeps us going, and we're grateful to have you as part of our growing community. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and until next time, bye.